Nuketown Zombies is like the ultimate location because there is a nuke imminent, and no matter what you do, say, or even attempt to butt, you are going to become ash and turn into the ultimate pile of napalm like that dude from Pompeii that was caught jacking off after the remains were discovered. That man is an absolute legend. I have so much respect for that hunk of rock because bro knew he had like 2 seconds left and he said, well, might as well rub out one last finale nut like the ultimate cinematic masterpiece. His life must have been a movie and he ended it with a sex scene. What's more fucking powerful than that, dude? Nuketown Zombies, right behind Moon. Beautiful people, I hope this video does find you well. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an amazing day. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing which Call of Duty Zombies map is best for anal, best for activating the Ghoul Lagoon meat stick of anal scepters. What map is the greatest for blowing out somebody's butthole with like a TNT stick of dynamite from Looney Tunes? And what better way to do that than with a good old-fashioned tier list like we used to do back in the day. I decided to bring back the tier list series because a couple of guys have been asking for it, and hey, they're always fun for me to do. I appreciated the love and support on all the tier lists from a couple months ago, but now it's time for them to return, baby, for better or for worse. It's probably worse, let's be honest, but don't worry about it. Speaking of the tier, what better, you can't have a tiers without the tiers, baby. So let's go over the tiers very briefly, a little bit faster than before, so we can get into the meat and potatoes as fast as possible. At the very bottom, we got anal accomplishment. This map's really only accomplished the standard amount of anal, but there's nothing too special for them, and it's just not really something to write home about. Or with here above there, you got the butt crack attack. And right after, you got Anal Afterlife, filling somebody's butthole so hard like a construction worker that they end up dying going to play basketball in the sphincter hole in the Afterlife arcade from IW Zombies. Next, you got the Sphincter Suffocation Station. Right on top of the baby, you got the Beauty of Asshole Annihilation. Much love to Kevin Sherwood for making that banger song. At the very tip of the top, tip of the pecker, we got the Fart Frosting Facility Fatality, the absolute #1 maps rank this high for filling up somebody's peanut butter meter, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get into these maps. And Nocturne Totem has to be one of the most default Dan maps of all time. Like, there's not exactly much to say about it when in terms of anal. It definitely accomplishes anal. I don't think it's too frigid and cold like Call of the Dead would be, for example, for anal. And I think all you gotta really, you can bring someone behind those staircases there. You gotta watch out though, because if they're hitting their head about it, not only gonna concuss them, but but if you're like hiding behind the stairs like Annie in the attic, you gotta watch out because they might find you if you're constantly hitting your head against it. Next thing you know, you're caught and you're whooped. At the barrage, there's a lot of areas, there's a lot of beds because it's a sane asylum, so a lot of places you could bed someone over and pop their butt crack cherry, popping their electric chair, you know what I'm saying? So absolutely beautiful time there. But the only problem is there's a bunch of fucking crazy-ass Arkham Asylum inmates running around who think they're the Joker on basalt, so you might have a lot to look out for if it's in a current insane asylum. Not to mention, if it is, abandoned, you might step on some broken glass and you might accidentally fucking liquidize your wiener on it, so it might be a pretty Mission Impossible style-esque for Anna. But if you're desperate for the booty blast, this map will probably have you covered, but it will come with some risk along the way. I'm gonna put it right in front of Nocturne Totem. Now, blasting somebody's chocolate cake fart box facility might be a little bit, tricky if it's, because sometimes it's like trying to shove a carrot in a baked potato without any butter on it, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta oil up that shit to make it slide in a little bit easier, like a fish falling through a pond. And Shinonuma, luckily, has that in spades with the power of its water everywhere, so you're gonna have no problem just greasing up your Sphincter Shaft Destroyer in no time, boy, walking outside. Plus, you can fuck someone. Plus, you can flounder somebody's booty hole pounder on top of the zipline trap, so you have like anal in motion, which would be absolutely incredible. Anal in motion while you're giving them some back shots so brutally you make them fill with emotion. Anal Afterlife for Shinonuma. Now Durice is going to go in Beauty of Annihilation Asshole, because not only is where the song comes from, but teleporting anal will go absolutely unrealistically buck wild in the sheets, man. You could teleport somebody's butthole out of their fucking body and shit all over it. It'll be absolutely beautiful, and have a field day. You could go from teleporter A, B, C while you're filling them with all your P from the D in the booty crack hole, you know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be absolutely beautiful. I think that Durice will go absolutely insane, buck wild all over the cheek holes. Not to mention you could use the Wonderwall for some sort of like electromagnetic butt plug device. It would be absolutely wild, and I would honestly have the time of my life with my lover here. It would be absolutely crazy. And at the tip of the top of the spectrum, like myself, we have Candidate Totem going in Fart Frosting Facility Fatality, because you could watch anything you want to on that beautiful projector screen while you're blasting butt cheeks like Yosemite Sam firing his weapons at Bugs Bunny into the booty hole. So Keanu has that Netflix and chill vibe, which is absolutely perfect for anal. And anal in the Pentagon would be absolutely buck wild too, especially if it was JFK and Obama there. Would be absolutely beautiful. I can't really think of a better thing than that. The only thing you gotta watch out for is if that third plane finally reaches the Pentagon and fills the entire air with napalm, then the only thing exploding inside of the butthole won't be your 3mm Peter, but unfortunately it'll be 10,000 liquid ounces of napalm into the butthole, and you'll be burned alive like a napalm zombie. Right behind Keanu Tone. Now, essentially, it'll go absolutely buck wild too, because you could also have the fucking lunar landers. You could fly around like those Minecraft, and you could fly around like a phantom from Minecraft, getting back shots in the wind like a dragonfly. It would be absolutely wild. Plus, you could use the thunder gun to like blast buttholes. You could watch the giant rocket explode as the ultimate firework. And if you timed it correctly, you and the rocket could both simultaneously bust at the same time, and it would become the ultimate firework right behind the Reese. Fortunately, we're gonna have to rank Call of Duty pretty damn low, because I actually do not think Call of Duty would be the best map for Ada, because it's so damn cold. The only frosting cake facility that's going to be filled up would be from George Romero with his giant staff hammer, electrocuting your sphincter and causing your shit to be blue from all the lightning and snow pouring out of it, like the ultimate icicle. Anal accomplishment for Call of Duty. I'm sorry for all you Call of the Dead lovers. I'm also in that category. I cannot never get enough of Call of the Dead, but unfortunately for Anal, it's just not really it, Chief. Next, we got Shangri-La. Now, Anal in Paradise does go pretty hard. Plus, you also have those spawn room traps that, like, Vlad the Impaler left for you. So you pretty much have, like, free automated Minecraft farms of anal that you can use at your disposal on a whim at any time. And I feel like that would go absolutely crazy style. I'm going to put it in Sphincter Suffocation Station because I feel like that would be absolutely beautiful. The only bad thing is you might get scratched by one of the zombified monkeys that could contract AIDS and die like O.J. Simpson. But if you played safe with some, like, fucking bear mace on you, you might be good. Anal on the moon would be crazy, dude. You could just float around, thrusting into the butt cheek station like the ultimate police motorized vehicle for anal impregnation. It'll be absolutely wild. You could, like, indefinitely float up with a thrust of force at the butt crack, like you're doing the Luigi ladder tech from Super Smash Bros. Melee. It would be absolutely wild. And I think for that reason, Moon is going to go right above 5. It lets me. Now, Chainsaw would be absolutely beautiful, because you could have Ted serenade both of your guys' eardrums while you're playing the drums on their bum, going absolutely beautiful with your cock stick, and it'll just be an absolute wild ride. And then once you're done for the day, you could actually go to the diner and eat that beautiful grilled cheese sandwich with a little bit of pre on the side, going absolutely wild. You'll be like Walter White in the diner, going absolutely tweak mode on those booty cheeks. I think it'll be quite a fun and enjoyable experience, honestly. Mostly because Ted, though, and maybe Rustman, if you go to the right crack, and I'm gonna go right above Shi No Numa. Now, Nuketown Zombies is like the ultimate anal location, because there is a nuke imminent, and no matter what you do, say, or even attempt to buttfuck, you are going to become ash and turn into the ultimate pile of napalm, like that dude from Pompeii that was caught jacking off after the remains were discovered. That man is an absolute legend. I have so much respect for that hunk of rock, because bro knew he had like 2 seconds left, and he said, well, might as well rub out one last finale nut, like the ultimate cinematic masterpiece. His life must have been a movie, and he ended it with a sex scene. What's more fucking powerful than that, dude? Nuketown Zombies, right behind Moon. Now, I feel like Anal would be perfect for Dire, because doesn't China have like a bunch of like child laws and stuff because they're like overpopulated or whatever? I'm not exactly sure. I don't know too much about anything, but I feel like it'll go pretty good here. It's gonna go right in front of a fuck dimension. Like in Minecraft, you got the Aether, the Nether, and the End, and this is the new 4th dimension they've added. Just kidding, the Aether's not real because I'm a fucking idiot and thought it was, though, but it's a new 3rd dimension of Minecraft, the buttfuck dimension, because whether you like it or not, this is like the ultimate way to get your booty crack filled like a stick of dynamite. It's going absolutely beautiful. You gotta be like, Yosemite Sam fighting over the place with his beautiful red chin. It's gotta be like, what the fuck is even happening here? Because Mob of the Dead, unless there's a worm there to protect you like the ultimate Pokemon, you're just gonna be absolutely crack-filled device. It's absolutely beautiful. Your butt crack is going to be brutality on like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Having that tongue punching your fart crack is just gonna be an L. It's going to go right in front of the Reese, because it's just gonna be like, hey, listen, if you're into getting filled like a balloon on a birthday party, you know this map is literally the best one for you. Now, listen, you already know Leroy. You already know Leroy's got the massive schling ding 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 dong ba ba bo mo long like Crazy Frog. So he's already packing that mega wheat heat downstairs. He's already got the Alaskan bullworm for a pecker, and he is definitely not afraid to show it to those buried witches. I bet he tries to just screw them in the butt cheeks, and then they evaporate like dried up water in a desert, and he cries and comes into his hands at the same time to deal with the stress of it all. And I feel like Leroy would be happy to help us kings out with this problem. And I feel like Anal in the depths of the underground Anal in the underground would be absolutely beautiful, like Undertale. Plus, you could go to the saloon when you're all done and vibe there. And I feel like it'd be an absolute time and a half. Like, there's just like a varied underneath town. It's gonna go right above Shangri-La because that's the saloon. Now, Origins has like the ultimate sexual wonder weapons of all time. These staffs that are pretty much just like elongated butt plug devices with elemental pre-cum shot wafts that they can emanate. So I honestly feel like, you know, once you build all the staffs on the tank, you just take turns like using the staffs and to fire like the fucking elemental butt blast inside of your ass like a goddamn shot of whiskey. It would be absolutely beautiful. I think you could have almost an infinite amount of fun with everything about Origins. Plus, I mean, you could get the elemental punch and then fist everyone. I think it would just be a beautiful time. Origins is going to go right in front of Kindertoten. Actually be such a goated location for this because you could have the ultimate jazz music vibing in the background and really relax with those lo-fi jazzy beats while you're blasting the Goo Lagoon Crackdown, and I just think it would be a beautiful time to just veg out and really let your cock craziness out and destroy some buttholes on Shadows of Evil. Plus, you could let Dami Mama, and you could also let Mommy Margussy slam in with her 10-inch man meat, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna go right above Buried. Now, the Rising Drop is kind of like, you know, circumcised Origins. And, you know, unlike the stats, you could actually fit all the elemental bow and arrows inside of you from, like, a distance. So you pretty much have, like, weaponized elemental butt plugs that you can shoot pretty much like a projectile enema you can fire at will or inside as anybody's ass crack that stands still. And I think it would be just an absolutely addicting experience to experiment with the anal devices of the bow and arrows on this map. Plus, you could have anal flying through the sky at the Wonder Sphere machines, but you can't let go of your lever during anal, because if you do, they're just gonna fall off and get flattened like Wile E. Coyote feeling to shit on the Roadrunner's face. I think it's just going to go right behind Origins, and Zetsubo Nishima is going to go right in front of Shi no Numa, because it's pretty much just the same things, but with the freaky odd plants that look like a field. It's pretty much just the same as Shi no Numa, except with the water and the lube argument, except you can have the Thrashers thwack you in the booty cheeks, and plus you can use those weird-ass plants that look like they were formed out of Jason Blundell's crackhead coconut water dreams that he had when he was dropping benzo. It's absolutely wild. Now, Gorod Krovi's wild because you pretty much have to turn it. Like, Anal and Gorod Krovi would be a very tricky situation. It pretty much becomes a survival horror game because you have to focus on not letting the Valkyrie Jones, Goku, Kamehameha, dust blast your ass out of reality with their energy beams. The stupid, you gotta worry about not getting the skeleton zombies absolutely hit you with their bone while they're boning you, and you gotta watch out for the dragons turning you into the ultimate fucking O.J. Simpson, JFK-ified zombie versions of yourself, okay? Because they're gonna make you, those dragons are gonna make you look like the Pompeii legend that was rubbing one last wank out of his system before he fucking visited Davy Jones' locker and then butt-fucked the locker out of pure horniness, essentially. So Gorod Krovi is like Anal turned into a task, essentially. This is only for the most die-hard competitive buttfuckers of all time. You really gotta be one with yourself, one with the universe, and at your A game to have 1% of a chance of surviving the wrath of Gorod Krovi. Sphincter suffocation stage would be pretty interesting as well, I feel like, because you got those sci-fi multiverse awe vibe, plus you have like one of the freakiest bosses, which we unfortunately never get to fight in Zombies, being the giant apothic and anal lover itself. I bet one of its tentacles could fill up like 10 human butt cracks at once, because that thing is absolutely massive. It's about 10% size. It's about 10% the size circumference of Lizzo. Absolutely beautiful. I think Revelations deserves a strong anal afterlife right above Transit, because there's nothing too special about it. But the giant apothic and the Shadow Man would go hard, honestly. Oh wait, no, you can get fisted by Dr. Monty. That bumps it up in front of Shangri-La. Next we got Blood of the Dead, which is just Mob of the Dead in Hell. So you get to butt fuck somebody in hell to really spite the devil. Plus, I mean, if it is in hell, maybe Bruiser, which might actually be the devil, could actually join in for you and just have an absolute time and a half. I think it would be a very, very difficult map to not get butt fucked on, because it is literally a hell prison dimension. It's pretty much just Mob of the Dead on X Games mode. This is probably something you'll never actually see on a map ranking tier list unless the user was either had one extra chromosome or was on meth. But yeah, this is one of the few times where Blood of the Dead will be above Mob of the Dead. Classified, I mean, there's not really much you can say about Classified except that you haven't said about 5, except you can get a shield equipped to your back and butt blast somebody's ass with a shield, which would be pretty interesting as well. So I'm going to put it right in front of 5, baby. Now, Voyage of Despair, you pretty much just have... You have a repeat of Nuketown, but instead of blowing up to a million bite-sized pieces like Squidward falling off a cliff smoking meth, you're just gonna drown. Some people say it's the worst way to go, some people say it's the best way to go. I don't know how we tell, because everyone who drowned is fucking dead, like those people on the submarine. But anal on the Titanic will go absolutely buck wildly hard. I think it'll be an absolutely beautiful experience, and it'll be very, very fun. I think it'll be an actually awesome experience. I don't think there's much like it. You could have the enchanting visuals of the rich, decorated deck and hallways of the Titanic before all you see is Papa Smurf's giant blue asshole of the ocean behind Ascension. Now, you gotta be really careful on 9, because if you look away for too long, if you get distracted, your head is gonna get chopped off like in the outro cutscene, and then you're gonna be eating your own asshole before you actually get the chance to plow anyone else's. So I feel like it's a very dangerous map, and you're gonna be locked in 9 out of 10% to even have a fuck of a chance to not get your booty blasted here. If you want to be the one to blasting butt cheeks, you're gonna be blasting your conscience to stay focused at all time, like Tokyo fighting for the honor of the Emperor's butthole or whatever the fuck. I think 9 is not a very good map for this. It's gonna go right behind for Rook. Dead of the Night is essentially just on a stationary Voyage of Despair, because it's pretty much just a giant... I mean, if you think about it, all the Titanic was a fucking water movable mansion, which is pretty sick. But Dead of the Night, I mean, it has a very unique atmosphere, and I think it'll be beautiful as hell. Plus, you're at nighttime, so you could light the candles, be romantical with the butt crack station wagon. But the only bad thing is there's the werewolf that's going to come chomp a bite out of your butt crack like Patrick Star, but there's probably some of you guys watching that would let the werewolf have its absolute way with you. So I'm going to factor that in for you werewolf lovers. I'm going to put it at the top of Anal Afterlife. Now, Anal in the Temper of Apollo would be absolutely hard as fuck, especially if Medusa, you're looking at her rack, and you're not only getting... Plus, you could have Medusa there who could turn you into stone, not with her eyes, but with her massive fat rack and booty cheeks that you could pound into oblivion. Like Wreck-It Ralph punching Bart Simpson in the face. It would be absolutely beautiful. And you could have the ultimate time of your life there. Plus, I mean, you could ride through the waterfall and have the most romantical backshots of your life. And maybe if you're really feeling it, you could let Perseus pound your Paul Blart Mall Cup Frosting Factory, you know what I'm saying? So I honestly feel like Ancient Evil deserves to go pretty high. It's going to go right above Gold Crowley. Now, Alpha Omega is essentially just Nuketown Zombies, but on fentanyl, and it's fucking ass. It's just gonna go right behind it, because it's essentially the same thing with the blue lightning nipple man that wants to twist you out of reality, like Doctor Strange doing something wacky for some change. Now, this might surprise you, but Togner Toten is actually going at the very top for one reason and one reason only. That spot of the Easter egg where you can go, where you see like Mars and shit, that would be the most beautiful, gorgeous location of all time to annihilate somebody's ass crack with your Woody Woodpecker, Alaskan bullworm pet. Like, it would just be actually wild. You'll destroy buttholes there. That is like the most universally attractive, unique, mind-meltingly out of this world stunning location in Call of Duty Zombies I've ever seen, and I think it would be the most beautiful spot for Anal of all time. You made it to the top tactic first on somebody's list. You finally made it to the top. This would never be the case. I vastly prefer OG Call of the Dead to top, but for Anal, it would definitely be better. The Machine is just kind of, you know, default Dan AI generated part of a Fortnite map area, but at least you could have Megaton to split in two and pound you that way. You could let Orlov become an oak tree planted over your asshole and grow immediately like in Minecraft. It would go insanely hard, filled up with all the oak trunks in the world, right in front of Dead of the Night. Firebane Z must be the most mediocre mid-tier ass crack map of all time, and the thought of a mimic being a butt plug that I go to insert and then it grows into a mimic and I become just dead, like the Green Lantern spawning in a giant green cube in my asshole and just I explode. It's going at the bottom tier because the thought of a mimic butt plug is absolutely terrifying, and I would never even wish something half as bad out upon my worst enemy. Holy shit, bro. Maudatone wouldn't be too bad, and I feel like Maudatone is actually going to go right above 5 in class high, because you could just attach a butt plug on a class and give him to your lover, and he could go to absolute town while you're, you know, do the mouth hole. It would be absolutely beautiful. It would be some freaky geeky type beat shit. It would be absolutely wild. So Maudatone gets to go on top of there because Klaus, and I feel like Klaus is just an absolute G. Outbreak is pretty much just a giant open... Outbreak is like the open world of Anal. You pretty much just have an infinite amount of space to go, so you're bound to find a location that suits your needs and wants for the day, and you could always swap later like a Minecraft house. I think it's going to go right behind Shadows of Evil. Forsaken, you got that right, but I mean, Forsaken, Crystallized Thanos, Purple Finger, and Backshots would go absolutely hard as well, and maybe if you pounded the Forsaken's butt hard enough, we'd finally get Maxis back in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Behind Voyage, or no. Liberty Falls are going right above top because Blanchard is there. You can pretty much say everything I said about the the Mars location on Titan Throne, make it times infinity, times 100 trillion for Blanchard. That dude's ballsack is more chiseled than the Thwomp from Mario 64's entire facial structure. I money back guarantee that Blanchard will go absolutely buck wild on the booty hole, and he would give it back shots so hard that it would start speaking Portuguese on a hole. It would just be absolutely wild. And I mean, Blanchard's there, so you could do back shots with Blanchard in the church to defy God and all of his wills. It'd be absolutely beautiful. Liberty Falls going to the top. In Terminus, you have Freaky Leaky Patient 13, also known as Cthulhu on Bath Salt. So you have one. You pretty much have a tentacle for every orifice in your body, and he probably should fit about 5 in my booty hole. But Mount Lucidus from the giant tornado-sized shits I've been dropping lately. It's gonna go behind Forsaken. And Citadel Daymore, the giant stony statue, man, will go pretty hard on the sphincters as well, I believe, with his giant awe hammer ass. So I would put Citadel Daymore right above Voyage of Despair. And the tomb also has the ice staff from Origins, so that would definitely be, you know, useful for the sphincter loosening. I would put the tomb at the bottom behind 5 here in terms of back shots, especially since Archibald's blue bitch ass could dirty talk you through the intercom buttfuck device the whole time to bust blue gigantical nuts all over your face like Papa Smurf. And this is the comprehensive hero, so which Call of Duty Zombies map is the absolute best for a game. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe on the video if you did enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to stay hydrated, stay safe, love you all, enjoy the rest of your day, Kings, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.